Welcome to the first weekly edition of Christchurch Unexplained, the podcast where I, your host Blake Spencer, take you behind the scenes as we look at some of the untold happenings, people, cultures, and stories of our beloved city of Christchurch. This week on Christchurch Unexplained, we're examining issues within the city surrounding transport. In an effort to combat traffic incidents within the city, the Christchurch Council has implemented a new type of police officer. Today we have an exclusive one-off interview with Gary Lundun, the first officer of this new department. Gary, how are we doing?
It's great to be here. I'm going well, thanks. Thank you.
So, Gary, can you tell me a little bit more about this role? Why is there a need for, what are they calling it, the Foot Patrol department of the city?
Foot Patrol, that's correct there. So there was a dire need for increased safety levels in the centre of Christchurch. A couple of years ago, we implemented the 30k speed limit. Obviously not enough there to actually increase the level of accidents and fatalities in the area. So we've cut that right back. We're resorting to how God intended. We're walking to and fro. It also is implementing our greener look for the Garden City, and it's just wins all around.
Gotcha. So this has been implemented in an effort to A, fight climate change, and B, fight angry Cantabrians?
Angry Cantabria is correct, and it's very much in that order. We want the green image, and yes, we want to cut back on the incidents in the centre of Christchurch.
Okay. So with all these new changes to the landscape and the roadscape of Christchurch Central City, how many people is this going to impact?
We're looking at 55 road closures, and as per the last round of New Zealand census data, this is going to affect roughly about 40,000 Cantabrians in the CBD. Gotcha.
So that impact you deem to be positive, or will it be an inconvenience?
It'll be strictly positive. It'll reduce the amount of incidences, fatalities, emissions, carbon emissions. There's so far our research has found no negative impacts whatsoever.
Gotcha. So when is this all being implemented? Is it soon? Is this a far future thing?
We'd like to start implementation early 2024 if possible.
Gotcha.
And it'll be a gradual process. We're being very realistic that it's not going to be. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither can this the outlook for the centre of Christchurch.
So I've got a map here. I'll just get you to sort of hold that up to the wee camera there. Can you show me sort of where you're starting? That's obviously Christchurch Central City.
Excellent.
How's this working?
Right. So I mean, ideally, in an idealistic world, we'd like to get the 4 Avs locked down. But we are going to start roughly in this sort of area here. We're going to get that all fenced off. No roadworks. We're just literally going to just block it off. Everyone will be walking, which is the intended goal. Everybody will be safe. There'll be no issues at all. Severe fatalities will be reduced, and Christchurch will be a greener and a safer place. So obviously the end outcome is to have the 4 Avs on lockdown, but this is the sort of the starting plan they would like to implement from the early 2024 onwards.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. So all of the streets within this area completely completely blocked off.
Completely blocked off. That's correct. All the roads will be turned into walking highways. Everyone will be on feet.
So what are on feet? So what results do you see happening from this as a result?
Christchurch will definitely be a happier place. The 30k speed limit was just resulting in too many angry incidents. The reports went through the roof. Greener, cars off the road equals greener, less carbon emissions. That'll keep the greens in check. They're on our case quite often. It'll just be better for everybody.
What's your background, Gary? What were you before this? Is this your first gig as a cop?
Definitely not my first gig. I've been in the force about 20 years. I started off as a traffic cop. The cop that's like stands in the middle of intersections like this. That was me. But when this role was first put forward to the force, I leapt at it. It's a role born for me.
What drew you to that role specifically?
I want to make the world a better place. I definitely have a strong passion with foot patrol.
Yeah.
And making Christchurch a greener and safer place.
So, what is it that you're actually controlling here? I understand they're implementing all these new roads that are no cars, only pedestrians and unmotored vehicles. So bikes and that still welcome.
That's correct. We've done extensive research into it, and anything above 25 kilometers an hour just results in just horrific and dangerous incidents and collisions.
Okay, so how does your role as an officer come into this? What are you going to be doing specifically?
I will be monitoring all of the foot speed in the vicinity, keeping a close eye on that to make sure that everyone is at a very safe speed.
Gary, I understand that was a little slip of the tongue there, but it does bring me to my next point. We do a little bit of a background research on all of our guests that we have on the show just to sort of understand who we're dealing with. We went to the police station where you are stationed out of, and we got a few little voice memos from people just asking them about your role. So I just want to get your reaction on this. Here's the first one.
When he joined the force, he kept on offering to wash my socks for me. It started to get a little bit weird. And then, he found his way to the foot patrol.
Any comments?
I mean, I always put myself out there and I like to help out the police force where I can. I do believe there was promotion on the line at that particular time, and I was gunning for it.
Oh, Officer Gary? Yeah, I was just walking down the street and he came over and asked my shoe size, and then he said he needed to take one of my socks as evidence for a case or something. I don't know, it was kind of weird.
This is starting to get slightly damning, Gary.
I'd just like to clarify that was part of a case, and she did fit the description of a particular suspect, but I don't see what this has to do with the speeds and the foot patrol in the centre of Christchurch.
Oh, Gary. Okay. I mean, I have something. You're not going to tell me, are you? No. Okay. Well, there was one time where I had actually I was in the force, and I've partnered with him on a couple things, and we were finishing off for the day. We were in the locker room, and we was kind of getting ready to leave, and he opened up his locker, and it was just like a pile of a mixture of men's and women's gym shoes just fell out onto the floor. He didn't seem that surprised by it, so it kind of confused me, but I kind of just let it slide because I just figured maybe it was for a case or something, but I don't actually know.
I mean, God forbid a man have hobbies, but I'm failing to see what this has to do with the new traffic initiatives.
It has everything to do with it. You are the person that is going to be patrolling the streets of Christchurch. We need to make sure that we're not dealing with some sort of I don't want to label you. I like to party just as much as the next guy, but it sounds like you might have some personal motives here.
I don't quite understand what you're implying.
Oh, Gary? No, we call him the tow trooper. He's an actual creep, kind of, low-key. We were just walking about. It was getting quite nice, coming into summer. And my mates and I were wearing Birks. We'd just come from town, and he was weirdly interested in them. It went on for like a really long time, and he kept coming up, and he was asking about the colour of them. And then he was taking a photo. He was trying to show his wife or someone, like, what they looked like. But you couldn't even see the Birk in the photo. It was bloody weird.
I personally have had experiences with Gary, and I've seen him do unspeakable things to a pair of tootsies. And it gives me, it scares me that he's out in the streets still.
So to me, this is seeming firstly I'm quite concerned as a citizen and also someone that's going to be affected by this. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to let you defend yourself here, but this sounds like it might be a ploy orchestrated by a group of you who possibly have more personal motives, particularly to do with the feet of Cantabrians. I'm getting slightly concerned here.
I'm somewhat insulted that you would take my passion for the safety of Cantabrians and describe that as, what was that, a hoax? My passion for foot patrolling
I just need you to wind that back, DJ. Okay. Feet. Come on, I'm gonna need some answers here.
I have a passion for foot patrolling. I'm struggling to see where the issue is here.
So hang on. Let's rewind a little bit further. Even, why are you the one that is being deemed suitable for the role? You're saying that you volunteered.
I wouldn't say volunteered. The Christchurch City Council, they got together, they wrote down a list of needs and demands, and they approached me.
They approached you.
I was the best candidate. They approached me. I made it no secret that I wanted the role, but they ultimately approached me, and my passion for the role led me to say yes.
Listen, Gary, quite frankly, I'm on board with the closure of certain streets. I don't know if it's the best thing for, firstly, our economy, our business in Christchurch, especially in Christchurch Central, if people can't access the roads via car or public transport. But secondly, I'm as I said before, I'm starting to get very concerned with your motives for this whole thing. This is getting quite damning. See, Gary, I'm not going to just let you take advantage of the citizens of Christchurch. That's not something we rock with here on Christchurch Unexplained. Not very cash money of you whatsoever.
I don't know where this is going. I took the time out of my busy day protecting Cantabrians to come here and talk to you about our new, perfectly designed, with research involved, safety implementations that we have for the centre of Christchurch. And I don't appreciate these accusations.
But this is important. It's not only it's the closure of the roads, it's who's looking after it. And I'm quite frankly not that confident in your ability to do so.
My credentials speak for themselves. I've been in the force 20 years, traffic police officer beforehand, and a foot patrol now.
How long have you liked feet for? That's what I'm getting at here.
Okay, I don't like where these accusations are coming from. I do not like feet. I have a passion for foot patrolling and helping out the Greater Cantabrian region. I do not appreciate where these attacks are coming from.
Sounds to me like you like feet. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not going to sit here and put up with this. I'm not
no,
doing it.
Gary, come back. This is important. This is what people need to know.
Not doing it.
No, this is what people need to know. No, Gary, this is disgraceful behaviour. That was Gary Lundun, the first officer in the new branch of the Christchurch Police Department. This may go far deeper than we could have ever imagined. To me, at least, this seems like a whole lot more than a simple rejig of the Christchurch Central roadscape, and more a step towards complete control and possibly exploitation of Cantabrians. Furthermore, it seems pretty evident that this is being orchestrated by a group with more personal motives. But where to now? We need to protect your rights and your feet. This has been Christchurch Unexplained. I'm Blake Spencer.